YouTube, what is going on, guys? And today we are talking Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So as you guys know, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite roster could have gotten leaked. And I want to talk about this a bit because this week's podcast is actually going to be our E3 predictions. And so I wanted to talk about this because this was kind of big to me. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about this, alright? So let's go ahead and do this. So we have Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, Chris from Resident Evil, Chun-Li from Street Fighter, Dante from Devil May Cry, Firebrand from Ghosts and Goblins, Jada from Darkstalkers, Monster Hunter from the Monster Hunter series, Morgan from Darkstalkers, Nemesis from Resident Evil, Ryu from Street Fighter, Spencer from Bionic Commando Strike, Hero from Strider, X from Mega Man X, and from the Marvel side, Ant-Man, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Gamora, Hawkeye, Hulk, Iron Man, Nova, Rocket slash Groot, Spider-Man, Thanos, Thor, and Ultron. And this list includes 13 Capcom characters and 14 Marvel characters. Most likely, people are saying the missing Capcom character is indeed Frank West. So, that would make the roster in total 28 characters. Now, let's break this down a bit. That is significantly less than what the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 launched with. And you will notice that there is a lack of X-Men characters. Number one, I predicted this from the fucking get-go when this game got announced. I believe in my PlayStation X conference, I said there would probably be no X-Men characters, but I'm still hyped as fuck for this game. There is a reason for that. I'm telling you, Marvel wants to focus on the cinematic universe, and they saw a missing market in video games and said, fuck it, make games for us, because we're probably going to make shit tons of it. And they said, guys, we have this Marvel vs. Capcom franchise. People love this franchise. They said, Capcom, make another game. They're like, oh, fuck yes. We can get it right. And nope. 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 No X-Men characters. Which, I'm going to break that down for you in my opinion. Now, X-Men is a very important part of the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise, but does it break the game? Not necessarily. And because the reason I say this is that it's still possible for this game to be good. And it sucks that X-Men are probably not going to be featured. I'll just be blank honest with you. It's probably not going to be in the game. And it sucks. And I really can't defend it. I can't do that. I can't do anything like that. The only thing I can say, though, is that it really matters on the gameplay side, then. Because they are giving us significantly less characters than last time. And the only way I can think that this... Of course, I will say this. I didn't expect a bigger roster than the base 3. Because of the switch to 2v2. And the reason I didn't expect it is because there's no need to put that many characters at some point. Capcom has to think, alright, these are enough fighters for what we have. Now we gotta focus on balancing everything. And there are supposed to be 6 characters coming via DLC, one of them being, the fucking, not Sigma. The newest name began with an S. But yes, Sigma. So, it sucks. It definitely does suck. But, some of these DLC, and then there's also actually rumored that it could be Venom coming via DLC. Which would be awesome. But with this being said, again, like I said, it sucks that the X-Men won't be in it. But I kind of expected that. So I'm not going to be pissed off if they're not. I expected that from the get-go. The only, and I will say this, I do think this list is a strong chance to be fake. There is one particular reason why I believe it's going to be fake. Alright, the Capcom side looks good. Capcom side actually looks good from, like, a leak perspective. I was like, alright, that actually seems like a possible thing. Then we get over to the Marvel side, which I don't think. And, alright, that's all. Ant-Man, I was like, alright, Captain America, Captain Marvel, I was like, Doctor Strange, Gamora? I was like, okay, alright. Hawkeye, Hulk, Iron Man, Rocket / Groot, I was like, alright, Spider-Man, Thanos, Thor, Ultron, and Nova. Nova was the name that I was like, what the fuck? Nova? Why the fuck would you use Nova? Don't get me wrong, I love Nova. But that was the character that I think this could have been wrong. Because Nova? In a game focused on the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Why the fuck would you pick Nova? The only way I think that Nova made it into this game was they probably needed some way for the fucking story to make sense to a degree, and they said, fucking, we have to put Nova in the game. He can make this shit actually seem fucking possible to a realm. Or that if they didn't put him into the game... And of course, I think this was a thing of, since they don't have the X-Men characters, that, alright, we gotta put Nova in the game. Since we own him, and there was not another character that we could use, which we, could have used, like, the Duck, I don't think this list, and if you want my opinion on whether the list is real or fake, I'm saying this list is a strong possibility to be real. But there are, again, guys... There is one way for this to be okay. In a lot of fighting games, you always have tiers. You have the S tier, the A tier, whatever. Now, I want you to think about this for a second. What happens if all these characters are actually viable? If all these characters are actually viable, then I'm okay with the size of the roster. But... if they're not all viable, alright, let's just go down the list here and just let's pick random names. Let's say, fucking Jada, Monster Hunter, Nemesis, Spincher, and X are all ass. And from the Marvel side, we got, let's just say, Doctor Strange, Hulk, fucking Rocket Raccoon / Groot, Thanos, and Ultron are ass. And so that just leaves Arthur, Chris, Chun-Li, Dante, Firebrand, Morgan, Ryu, and Strider. And then the fucking, yeah, you get the idea. If, like, alright, so let's just say 14 out of the characters aren't viable and you really have a 14-man monster, then it's fucking bogus. But Tekken 7, I'm playing that now for the Let's Play, because that's actually going to be the Let's Play right after Injustice. I'm playing a lot of it, and a lot of the characters seem decently viable. But it's hard to say, especially, this is a year of fighting game releases, because they got Tekken, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and Injustice. That's 3 big fighting games released that year. With a possibility of maybe even like a Soul Calibur maybe making a release. I know that's fucking idiotic, but there's a possibility. But then I'm okay with the missing X-Men characters, because I have 28 characters that are actually viable. Even in Injustice, not every character is viable. And I think that's one of the best fighting games to date. The gameplay is really what matters here. Now, if every character in the game is viable, that's badass. That's never really been done in a Marvel game. Like I said, let's judge the game once it comes out. And I've always been... I was actually skeptical of this game for a little... ever since really the release of it. And I've become more and more skeptical of it because of... they've released one big trailer revealing characters. And I thought, this roster isn't going to be that big, is it? Capcom wouldn't announce how many characters are going to be in it. They wouldn't say anything like that. They wouldn't say like, oh, we're having a 30-man roster. Because they know that this roster size could be an issue. And I'm not saying like 28 characters is unreasonable. And I'm being honest with you. I don't think 28 is unreasonable, because keep in mind, this isn't 3v3 anymore. They don't want to just bombard the fucking roster with characters that are probably never going to get played. You still want that ecosystem with every character can be viable. But it's remained to be unseen if that actually every character will be viable. That's definitely up to the developers in that atmosphere. Is it actually going to be a viable character, or are we just going to see fucking bullshit that 14 out of the 28 characters are going to be viable? So yeah, and of course I would like to see different characters. I would like to see Azure from Azure's Wrath on the Capcom side. And I won't lie, I would like to see Star-Lord in here if they're going to put a lot of Guardians. I'm also interested to see if they go for more the cinematic universe look instead of the comic book look. I'm also interested on that. For like, basically for like Groot and Gamora and that sort of thing. Do they go for more of the MCU look, or do they go for more of the comic book look? I'm interested to see on that. The absence of Star-Lord, the reason I say this, and Gamora instead of Star-Lord is the only thing that I'm like, what? Of course, Star-Lord could be DLC, and I really wouldn't be surprised. But here are some of the rumored characters. Venom, Black Panther, Defenders. But yeah, the season pass only said 6 characters, so you can only imagine 3 Capcom characters and 3 Marvel characters. So Sigma being 1 Capcom character, maybe Azure and Amaterasu as the 2 others. And then from Marvel's side, Venom, Star-Lord, and maybe Black Panther. That's who I got. Maybe maybe Iron Fist. I don't know. I don't think. I think Black Panther's the most likely situation, but yeah. And even so that would be a 34-man roster, if they actually have, and if they also have Ultron Sigma as a thing, then that's 35. But I don't know if Ultron Sigma is actually a playable character or not, so I don't know on that. But that would be 34 characters, and that's okay. I think a lot of people are actually just more upset with the choices that you made here, especially on Capcom's side, because literally all these characters have been in the game besides Jada and Monster Hunter, and I don't know on X, but otherwise all those characters were actually in even the base Marvel vs. Capcom 3, not really new characters besides Jada, Monster Hunter, or X, and I believe Jada and X might have been in a previous entry. And then on Marvel's side, like I said, I really kind of expected this. I'm more disappointed on the Capcom side for them not getting more risky, but yes. Anyway, tomorrow, guys, I'm going to hit you guys with the Backlash predictions, and then on Sunday, most likely, I'm going to do an Injustice upload, and then I'll talk about it actually tomorrow in my predictions video. So, yeah, what we're actually doing for that rest of the week leading up into E3. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys so much. Tell me what you guys think of Marvel vs. Capcom down in the comments below. Infinite. Do you like this roster? Do you hate it? Do you think that if all 28 characters are viable that you'll be okay with this roster? Tell me what you guys would like to see down in the comments below. All that fun stuff. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.